All systems go. Clear for liftoff.
Hello, and welcome to this week's NASCAR Quick Hit here at SHIPIT Nation. I am Eric, also known as TheGame on Discord, and today we will be discussing the USA Today 301 taking place at the New Hampshire Motor Speedway. As always, please go ahead and hit that like button, and please go ahead and subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. It really does go an incredibly long way in helping us with the YouTube algorithm. Of course, before we break down the USA Today 301, which is taking place at the New Hampshire Motor Speedway, let me, of course, mention code FGWC15. That's right. Code FGWC15 will give you 15% off any monthly or annual membership plan here at SHIPIT Nation. And you already know, at least I think you should already know, that we provide content for we provide expert content, projections, tools, community, fantastic community. We just added a brand new food channel to our Discord, which has been popping off over the past few days. Amazing education courses, and of course, you know, we cover the NFL, NBA, PGA, MMA, NHL, MLB, college football, which will be here before you know it, and of course, while we're all here, NASCAR. So once again, code FGWC, 15% off any monthly or annual membership plan here at SHIPIT Nation. And of course, let me also mention Drafters. SHIPIT with Drafters Fantasy Sports. SHIPITNation.com/drafters. Code SHIPIT to get 100% deposit bonus up to $100. That's pretty damn good. Hashtag SHIPIT with Drafters, SHIPITNation.com/drafters. And once again, that is code SHIPIT to get 100% deposit bonus up to $100. So, yeah, Drafters. All right. Let's see here. This weekend, the race is on the USA Network in the US and TSN 5 in Canada. Green flag is at 2:30 p.m. Eastern Time on Sunday. And there are 301 laps, which equals out to 210.7 Dominator points on DraftKings. As always, we will want to target those points, but I'm going to be rolling out with at least one Dominator per lineup. And you might be thinking, at least one? That'll probably make more sense as we break down the slate. And speaking of breaking down the slate, let's go ahead and do that. Let me go ahead and change from our handy dandy USA Today 301 graph to our handy dandy one-shot overlay and bring you a blank version of the stone. And the first thing you'll notice is there's no practice data. Why? Well, Mother Nature has not at all been our friend this weekend in the great state of New Hampshire. Qualifying for the Cup Series was rained out, and they did attempt to get practice in. However, they were only able to get literally 6 laps of practice in before the rains came and canceled that. So for all intents and purposes, no practice. I'm not going to build and skew projections based off of 6 laps of practice. That would not be good juju. So for all intents and purposes, no practice and no qualifying. So this weekend, we are really relying on recent form how the drivers have been running recently, their track rank. Now, there has only been 2 next-gen races here at New Hampshire. The Cup Series only visits here once a year, but they have been here 2 other times. And thankfully, the track type rank. Thankfully, NASCAR runs a great amount of these short, flat type tracks, including many this year. So we will be relying on the power rankings a lot this week, since we have had no true on track time and speeds to be able to judge these drivers by. Also, one more thing, and this actually isn't in my notes, but I did want to make sure I touched base on this. There is a really strong possibility that tomorrow's race is already, or how should I say it? There's a strong possibility that tomorrow's race could potentially be impacted by rain. In today's Xfinity race, they started the race on rain tires and then switched to slick tires within like 20 or 25 laps or so. I never like to recommend to people like, hey, you should maybe consider playing light this week, or hey, this might not be a bad weekend to take off. If there's like rain in the area and there's talk of them using rain tires, I would not blame anyone for playing lightly and taking a step back this week. Rain tires on ovals are incredibly new. There's really no way to judge anything, right? Because we don't see them very often. And there's nothing to compare any of the cars by this weekend, as there's been no practice and no qualifying. So as of the recording of this video, which, a little spoiler, it's 4:51 on Saturday afternoon. As of the recording of this video, it's still a race as normal, Sunday at 2:30 with slicks, etc., etc., etc. But that could absolutely change, and it's something you should be cognizant of. If you are a member of ShipItNation.com, you already know I will be in the Discord keeping you fine folks up to breast of all the information as we get it throughout the day on Sunday. So, all right, that's my spiel on that. Now let's go ahead and talk some drivers, and this is kind of, it's not difficult to do. However, I like to highlight drivers who showed me something good in practice, or had a shitty qualifying run and then but was good in practice, or something of that nature. We don't have anything like that to go by this weekend. So let me first talk about the first 2 drivers that probably every NASCAR content creator will speak about this weekend, but for good reason. And that would be one Christopher Bell and one Martin Truex Jr., both from the Joe Gibbs Racing stable. Christopher Bell rolls off 4th on Sunday, and Truex starts 7th on Sunday. And they are both, Christopher Bell is currently the Vegas odds-on favorite, and Truex is like the 1B to Bell's 1A. However, Truex has the stronger history here at New Hampshire. So Christopher Bell, just in general, is a short, flat track ace. These types of flat track, short tracks fit his driving style to a T. In fact, when I went to click record on this, he was dominating the Xfinity race that's taking place. These tracks absolutely fit him, and his Vegas odds reflect that, and his salary on DraftKings reflects that. He will be in my player pool. I will have a decent amount of exposure to him, but as will Martin Truex Jr. And again, Truex is 10-5 on DraftKings compared to Bell's 11K, and Truex is currently plus 450 on the books to Bell's plus 400. To be blunt, Truex has been incredible here at New Hampshire. incredible. There's been two races here at New Hampshire in the next gen era, and they both have been 301 laps, and Truex has led a combined 426 laps in those two races, right? So two races, both 301 laps, which would be 602 total laps. Out of all those laps, Truex led 426 of them. He finished first here last year and fourth here back in 2022. And in 2022, Christopher Bell won that race. So Bell and Truex are the two defending winners here at New Hampshire. 11K and 10.5 respectfully on DraftKings. They will be very popular on Sunday, but for good reason. They're excellent plays. Next up, let's talk about old Kyle Larson. Yes, I know I'm really breaking down the walls here by speaking about good drivers. But look, there's not often where Kyle Larson is the cheapest stud on the slate, and he is. He's cheap at 10,000 compared to Hamlin at 10.8, Truex at 10.5, Bell at 11K, and even Ryan Blaney at 10.3. By the way, these tracks fit Team Penske to a T as well. But Kyle Larson at $10,000 on DraftKings is rolling off the grid 19th on Sunday, and he's excellent too. You know this, right? Like he's Kyle Larson. He's Kyle freaking Larson. He's finished third here last year, 14 the year before. Little spoiler alert on his power rankings. I have it blocked off here for the YouTube video, but I don't think it's any surprise. He's A+ in every power ranking category, right? Plus 700 on the Vegas books, starting 19th. There is no reason he should not be able to gain you those sweet, sweet place differential points, which we are looking for. Next up, who I want to highlight is starting two positions in front of him, and that is Bubba Wallace. And in my opinion, Bubba is priced too cheap this week. Bubba is only 7,500 on DraftKings, and he has finishes of 8th and 3rd here at New Hampshire in the next gen era. Why he's so cheap? Even the books at plus 4,000, I'm not sure what his top 10 odds would be, but might not be a bad flyer there. 7,500 for a driver who's starting in 17th and has finished both of his races here in the top 10. If we think Larson can gain you a place differential from starting 19th, there ain't no reason Bubba can't do it starting from 17th. And he's what? $3,500 cheaper than Larson. So, yeah, Bubba Wallace, 7,500 on DraftKings. I am all over him on Sunday. And last, but certainly not least, the bargain bin play for the weekend. And I kind of can't believe I'm going to recommend this. And I'm not sure why he's highlighted there. He shouldn't be highlighted, so ignore that. I can't believe I'm going to do this. My bargain bin play of the week is Ty Dillon starting 36th at only $5,600 on DraftKings. Yes, there are some cheaper plays above him. However, I trust him more than those plays. I truthfully trust him more than Nemechek, more than Harrison Burton, more than Hemrick, more than Zane Smith, and more than Kaz Grala. As always, the driver who starts dead last can't lose us any place differential points, so that's always a positive. And the main reason why I'm comfortable in rolling him out is he has next-gen experience here at New Hampshire. So he can't lose you any points because he's starting last. He has next-gen experience here at New Hampshire. In those 2 races in which he ran, he has finishes of 26th and 33rd. Are they great finishes? Absolutely not. Could he mimic that on Sunday? Absolutely. If Ty Dillon would gain us 10 place differential points, I would be over the moon, right? Like over the moon. So I am going to roll him out in tournaments. I don't know what kind of exposure I'm going to have to him, but I will be playing him. And yeah, I didn't think I would be playing Ty Dillon at all this year, but it everything's lining up for me to make that happen this weekend. So yeah, the drivers I wanted to highlight, again, nobody that you haven't probably already heard on some other Talking Head NASCAR shows this weekend. Christopher Bell, Mark Truex Jr., your 2 odds-on favorites. They're starting 4th for C-Bell and 7th for Truex. I spoke about Larson. He is rolling off 19th. Bubba Wallace is starting 17th. And we spoke about Ty Dillon, who is starting 36th. I did also want to touch on our front row starters, Chase Elliott and Ryan Blaney. I have a sneaking suspicion one of those 2 drivers is going to lead the majority of stage 1. Which one? Well, if I had some practice data to compare to, I'd be able to pick. If I had to blindly picking, I'm going to assume Ryan Blaney is going to get the jump and get the stage and get the majority of stage 1 laps led. Will he be able to hold on to it for long? Who knows? But that's I kind of predict Blaney to get the jump on Elliott at the beginning of the race on Sunday. All right, I think that is officially everything I have. Oh, I do have one more thing, and this isn't really that important, but we're officially at the halfway point of the NASCAR season. This is race number 18 on the Cup schedule. And I just want to thank you guys for sticking with me and sticking with our first full season of NASCAR coverage here at SHIPIT Nation. It's SHIPIT Nation's first full season of covering NASCAR and my first full season of providing NASCAR content. So thank you guys for sticking with me and growing with me and hanging out with me in the Discord and winning some money. It's pretty dope. So yeah, personal note, thank you guys. As always, code FGWC15. 15% off any monthly or annual membership plan here at SHIPIT Nation. And ship it with Drafters, shipitnation.com/drafters, code SHIPIT to get 100% deposit bonus up to $100 on Drafters. Alrighty, everybody, that is it for me for today. As always, please feel free to tag me in any questions you have concerning this slate on Discord, and I will, as always, answer them to the best of my abilities. Good luck on Sunday, and as always, let's ship it.